What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical, average American here today to react and continue learning about British words that Americans just don't understand. If you haven't seen part one, feel free to check that out or stay right where you are, nice and cozy on this video right here. But either way, we're checking out British words that either seem to not exist at all in America, and I'm learning them for the very first time, or another pattern seems to be British words that these words exist in America, but they just mean completely different things, honestly. But either way, I'm quite enjoying this. I've turned it into a bit of a game where they are showing the word, and then I'm kind of giving my prediction or analysis of what I think it means, and then figuring out what it really means and exactly how wrong I am time after time. Although in part one, I actually did, get a few correct. So I know a thing or two about these British words, I know a thing. Anyway, I'm quite excited to continue on with this video, so let's take a look.
Our next word is long, and it actually...
Long? Long? What could long mean other than long? Long. Long in distance. The opposite of short? Why the long face? This is one of those where I can't even speculate. Sometimes I have some kind of silly guess or something, but I don't know what long could mean other than long. Like tall? Like long in distance?
It took me quite a long time, ironically, to grasp the meaning of this word. Now, on the one hand, yes,
Okay.
it can mean long like a sausage dog or whatever, but it can also mean an action that takes a lot of effort, but the effort isn't ultimately worth it. Like...
What? Huh? Now I completely understand why she described it like that. Taking a while to grasp this? An action that takes a lot of effort but isn't worth it? I definitely need to hear this, like, used in a sentence or something.
An action that takes a lot of effort, but the effort isn't ultimately worth it.
I cannot think of... I don't think I've ever heard this in ever.
Like ironing your socks. The next word is lush and like...
Wait, what? What? No, that can't be it. No, what? I don't understand. What? No!
But it can also mean an action that takes a lot of effort, but the effort isn't ultimately worth it. Like
An action that takes a lot of effort, like ironing your socks? How would you use... Is it a adjective? Like, oh, that's a long thing to do? Ironing your socks is long? I'm a bit confused by this one, honestly.
like ironing your socks. The next...
Okay. I feel like I understood every one up to this point, and I'm just a bit lost here. But that's okay. That's very much okay. Kind of the point. So, let's keep going.
word is lush and...
Lush. Lush.
Like...
Lush exists in America. We're out here saying lush from time to time. Kind of an unusual word to use between you and me. But, lush is like, kind of growing well. Like, I associate it with plants, honestly, or forests. Forests that are looking quite lush, quite prosperitous, quite healthy, glowing, lush, something like that.
like fancy. It has 3 different definitions in this video. Very exciting. The first one is the one you may already know, which is just drunk, tipsy. Number...
What? Wait, what? No, this is not the one I know. Drunk or tipsy? Lush. I've never heard it used that way, honestly. I mean, I even got Adobe sending pop-ups right now. I'm so worked up. Okay. I guess I'm gonna learn 3 new definitions.
2, though, is lush as in attractive, like feedback.
Lush is an attractive. The definition I was giving is like a lush forest, like healthy, vibrant, glowing forest. I would not call that beautiful. So I'm going to say that's a definition I haven't associated with it as well.
And this is primarily used in Wales, but people all over the UK will recognize this term.
What?
And number 3, Lush is also a very, very popular cosmetics company. They do everything from
Cosmetics company? Well, goodness knows. I don't know anything about any of that. But surprisingly, I've never heard of any of these British definitions of the word lush. This one is surprising me quite a bit. It's an unusual word to use, like in America. I mean, most of the time you just don't have a circumstance where it's relevant to be like, oh, that garden looks rather lush, like healthy. But I've never heard of any of these. Okay.
bath bombs, which they're primarily known for, to makeup. Our next word is minted. Now,
Minted. Minted. I associate this with currency, coins. Like coins can be minted, but it almost sounds like a breath mint or something. Well, I guess the first thing I should point out is this is not some kind of word that you use in America, like ever, to mean anything other than minting currency, like coins. But if I had to guess, maybe it means you have very fresh breath. Maybe you smell good. You're minted, right? That's what it means, right?
this isn't a word I like to use. I don't know why, I just don't think it sounds nice. But here's the definition anyway, if you want to go be your own person and use this word. And that definition is rich. You know how money can be newly minted? Well, a minted person has a lot of that.
Oh, wow. Interesting. Not like totally off from the realm of what I was thinking in, but definitely not what I was thinking. It's kind of a nice one, because it makes like logical sense, sorta. Like as a slang word, like, oh, he's minted. That guy's minted, man. Like, he's wealthy. I kind of like that. I actually like that.
And an example of a minted person is this man to my right. His name is James Dyson.
The Dyson.
And believe it or not, this man is actually the richest person in the UK. Next, we've got the word
Wow.
Nick. And
Nick. In America, this is just a name. Nick. A lot of Nicks in America. Other than that, Nick, you could use it as like a verb. You can nick yourself like with a knife or on a table, as in like kind of scratch yourself or poke or cut. If you nick something on you, you touch it, sort of a light touch. That's pretty much the only use case of the word nick in America I can think of, and that word is used here and there, not very often at that.
yes, it is a popular male name, but it can also mean to steal something.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I knew that. No, that's not an American thing. That's a super British thing. But I've heard that one. Dang it. To nick something. Yes, to steal it. Now that she says that, I've heard of that. I should have known that one. I think a lot of Americans are actually familiar, but you have to hear it. Like, I had to hear it like, oh, he nicked something from the grocery store. And I would have been like, all right, it can be used like that. Okay, that's a classic. All right.
And it can also mean the place that you go after you've stolen something if you get caught, which is jail. An example sentence here would be...
Nick means jail. It can mean jail. I've never heard that one, but I have very much heard it for stealing something.
Oh, Nick, don't nick those crisps because you will be put away in the nick.
Okay.
Now, this next one you might want
Okay.
to remember because using it wrong can lead to some pretty awkward conversations.
Oh,
And
boy.
the word is pants. Now, in the
Pants. Pants. How the heck can you use pants wrong? There's a wrong way to use this? What does pants mean in Britain? It's gotten me nervous because I have no idea how this could go wrong. In America, pants are those things you put over your legs, one leg at a time, and you put a belt around them. They are pants. You wear them. I don't know what you call them in Britain. Trousers or something? But pants. I feel like I've heard pants used in Britain somewhere, somehow, in a movie. Almost like in a negative way. Like, pants. Is that a thing Is it an exclamation somehow? That's kind of the only guess I have.
In the US, of course, pants just means trousers, jeans, or anything you wear on your bottom half.
Yeah.
In the UK, you do wear your pants on your bottom half as well, but they're just knickers. They're your underwear. Oh, and there's a second definition of this word, and that is when something is bad and something is rubbish. You might say, oh, Sabina, this video is pants.
Yeah, that's it. That's literally it. I was like, I knew it was something negative, but I was like, how do you use that? How do you use this in a negative way? You call something pants. That, I mean, in America, that literally makes no sense because you're just calling something trousers. But I'm vaguely aware that pants is a negative thing. You can call stuff in Britain. Now I get how you use it. So, perfect. I can just start calling stuff pants everywhere.
But I hope you don't say that. I hope instead you click the thumbs up icon and stroke my ego a little bit.
Oh, you know what? Since she pointed it out, I will give this video a thumbs up. It's been quite good so far.
Thank you. The next word or phrase is one I really like, and it is pear-shaped.
Pear-shaped? Pear-shaped? This is not used in America, and I don't really understand how you would use this. Something can be pear-shaped? Like shaped like a pear? I'm not sure when you would whip this one out, though, and use it.
Now, it doesn't, in this case, refer to that stupid obsolete system whereby women's bodies were compared to pieces of fruit. I mean, hello, no thank you, stop policing us, and shut up. But in this case, it refers to things going wrong. So you can...
Things going wrong? Things going pear-shaped? Like, pear-shaped is apparently bad. It's wrong. It's wrong to be pear-shaped. You do not want to go pear-shaped or be pear-shaped. It means wrong or bad. Okay.
You can say something's gone pear-shaped when the situation just turns out to, just not go very well.
I mean, in America, you might say, like, oh, something's gone upside down or the wrong way. But that's the closest I can think to, oh, that's gone pear-shaped. That's an interesting one.
The phrase is reportedly old slang from the Royal Air Force, where it was used to describe expeditions and flights gone awry. Our next word is the word pissed.
Pissed. This has a meaning in America. It's kind of, I mean, first and foremost, you can be pissed, which to me means mad, angry. That, to me, that's what pissed, first and foremost. That's what it means. And I think for most of America, that's true. But I know, especially in Britain, this probably first and foremost means drunk, I believe. Drinking a lot. Drunk, tipsy, pissed. Piss drunk. That phrase, piss drunk, exists in America, but pissed really means angry. Like, honestly. But I know this means drunk.
Now, in the US, this typically means to be really angry and riled up, but in the UK, it means to be drunk. And similarly, the term after that is plastered, and it also...
Plastered! That's funny, because that is, like, you could use that in America, and Americans would understand. Plastered. Totally drunk. It's almost like more than pissed.
That's another word for being really drunk, and doesn't mean this. I mean, I suppose you could do some plastering while plastered, but I wouldn't recommend it.
That's funny that pissed is different between Britain and America, but plastered is the same. Somehow plastered found its way. Okay.
We're in the final 5 now, and our next word is pull.
Pull? Oh, man. I hate to say it, but I have no idea. I don't even have a guess. How would you use this? Pull. Pull means to pull. You're pulling something. You're grabbing it and moving it towards you. Or, pulling on the desk. I don't know what else to say. I can't imagine what this means.
Pull. Now, pull can obviously be the thing you do with a door, especially the kind of door that says push, because, I mean, what are you like? But pull can also mean to try and find a sexual partner. So
pull. Oh, okay. I mean, I've heard this more in America as like a modern slang in America. Now that she mentions it, if you're trying to pull someone, you're trying to attract them romantically. Yeah, if you're trying to pull a girl or pull a guy. I've heard that from time to time. I've heard the kids say that. That's gained some popularity in America, I think in younger people, to be honest. Younger than me, but now that she says that, that is true. I have heard that, even in America.
For example, if you go to a club and you say, I'm on the pull, it means you're looking to meet someone.
I guess it's just phrased a little different. Like, in America, you'd be like, hey man, I think I'm gonna pull her. Or instead of on the pull, slight difference.
And if you do meet someone and you end up hooking up with them or snogging them, as a Brit might say, you can say, oh, I pulled last night.
Oh.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Our next term is round. And
round? How can round mean anything but round? Round. Wait. Maybe this is a not bar, but pub. Excuse me. Pub term. So round usually means round like a circle. But round can be buying a round of drinks at the pub. Most Americans are familiar with that. In America, you just don't buy rounds at bars and stuff. But we've all seen enough movies and things to be familiar with a round. So I do know this one.
This is less of a word and more of a British life philosophy. Basically, when you go to the pub with your mates, what you usually end up doing is buying a round of beers for everybody. So that means you buy everybody's beers, but then it's somebody else's turn and they buy beers for everybody, and so on and so on.
Right. It's very nice system. I think the closest thing in America would be sometimes people will buy a pitcher of beer, a big pitcher that everyone can pour into their cups, and that's kinda almost like buying a round.
Until you're completely pissed or plastered. The next word is shag.
Shag. Shag. Oh man, shag. Americans know this one because of Austin Powers. Literally. Because of Austin Powers. He would always use this word to mean having sex. And I always assumed that was correct. But this is literally, I think most Americans, at least around my age and older, all know this word. It's very funny to us because Austin Powers is a very funny movie, very nostalgic at this point.
And I will give you 2 hints here. Number 1, it is not a type of rug. And number 2, it is something Milo Ventimiglia and I will never, ever, ever do. It's something you do after you've pulled someone. It's, you know what it is. Our next word or phrase is to...
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I think I was correct there. Thank you, Austin Powers. Splash out. Splash out. I think of a water park at a amusement park where we call them like splashin' safaris or splash zones and weird funny names like that. But as for the phrase splash out, I've never heard this. There's nothing. This doesn't even mean anything in America, the phrase splash out. So I got nothing.
Splash out. It doesn't have anything to do with water. It just means you take a bunch of money and you spend it on something really expensive. For example.
Oh, you're splashing the money. You're spending a whole bunch of money, splashing the money all over your new stuff. Splash out. Interesting. Like, is there an American equivalent? Like splurging, buying something. You'd say I splurged. But splash out, okay.
Example. There must be an example here. I must have splashed out on something. Okay, I found something. I really splashed out on these perfumes because they're incredible. Look at that.
This is a uniquely British phrase. Like, it does not mean anything in America. No one would know what you're talking about.
I'm just casually showing off and passing it off as being educational. This is great. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for our final word of the day. The word is waffle.
Waffle? The final word, waffle. Something tells me that this means more than the breakfast item that is opposite to the pancake, the waffle. You put syrup in it. It can hold the syrup a little better. If waffle means something other than that, I don't know what it is. Waffle. It sounds like you waffled something, like you messed up. That's my guess. It means to mess up. Like I really waffled that.
And no, it doesn't mean that really nice sweet snack that I'm pointing at, hopefully over here. It
Right.
means to talk a load of nonsense.
Talk a load of nonsense. I was in, I don't know, I'm going to give myself credit and say I was in the right universe, saying it means to mess something up. It's to talk nonsense. How do you use it in a sentence?
It means basically it's the kind of thing a politician will do when they're trying to skirt around a subject, like,
Oh, would you be like, oh, they're just waffling on. He's waffling. He's talking about nothing to dodge the question?
Boris Johnson, literally every time he talks about COVID, he just waffles. He doesn't really say anything, but he
Okay.
fills the time. Kind of
Okay,
like what
okay.
I have been doing in
Okay, I can see it, because waffle is a funny word. I knew it was going to mean something like not positive. Waffle. Okay, that's a good one.
this entire video. Would you like me to do more videos about living in the UK? If so, drop me a comment. Otherwise, subscribe
Okay.
and see you next Friday.
Okay, that's it. Very good. By the way, this video is by Girl vs. Globe, and I have to give that a like. That was very good. I enjoyed that a lot. I think what I loved about it is it was like this perfect combination, especially for me, that was fun, where there were a bunch I had no idea what they meant, but they are words that exist in America, American vocabulary and English. But they mean something totally different, which is like the funniest thing. Well, another funny thing is sometimes in Britain, it seems like these words do mean the same, but there's an additional meaning, like waffling and pulling, pissed, yeah, pants. Like there's just an additional way to use the word. It's honestly probably better. Like there's more options in Britain, it seems like, of how you can describe stuff and words to explain certain situations. It's very satisfying, a lot of these extra meanings. I like it a lot. I actually do. So I enjoyed this quite a bit. Anyway, if you enjoyed this as well, feel free to give this video a like or leave a comment. And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to British culture and British things I've never learned before or seen before, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.